Dans Shararea. Noi. Noi. Dans Shararea.
Good morning, people. Hello and welcome. This is Blackthorn Rambles, our tarot babbling, because that's what I do. Very good at it, I have to be honest. Sorry, I'm sharing this. They don't make it easy. I'm sharing this elsewhere just to make sure to give people a chance to show up. So today, again, I did my thing, shuffled, focused on, when we meet up together, what can we talk about today? What would be beneficial for us to just have a conversation about, or even to just mention or explore? And today, that would be the Page of Cups. Boom. There we go. The Page of Cups. And like always, this is our time together. So feel free to share your thoughts, your experiences, what you think, even if we don't necessarily call out the same stuff. Like this is our time. So share when you feel comfortable. Um, yeah. So let's dive in. Page of Cups. Pages, again, we discussed pages recently, so pages can be new. They can be the archetypal sort of child. Pages are messengers, but like they're more than just messengers. So a lot of times pages are associated with being messengers, but they're the like run errands person, right? They brilled. Oh my god, I haven't had enough coffee yet, forgive me. um they build bridges. When I think of the page, right, I think of like the brain wiring and different parts of the brain getting activated and different pathways of the brain, because and the page is like that spark that goes from one path to the next, or one initial starting point to the next destination, right? I think of that when I think of pages, because they're constantly sort of running from one space to another space, and bringing like all the tools that are necessary, or bringing whatever it is. And in this case, we have the Page of Cups, and cups is associated with the water element, right? And with water, we think of fluidity, we think of ebb and flow, we think of emotions. Well, hello, Dragon Dancer. Welcome. I am doing fantastic. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm doing wonderful. For not have Well, I am doing great. Absolutely, I'm doing great. But let me tell you, so I've been waking up early. Doing my best to wake up early. I feel really good when I wake up early. But but the cat now thinks that she's supposed to wake up earlier than my early and like run all over me. So like now she's waking up about 30 minutes before I have my alarm set. And she's like running from outside of the room into the room, jumping on me, running to the window and running back down, jumping all over me so I'll wake up. And I'm like, girl, that's not cute. You got food, you got water. What do you want? She wants me to wake up. So that's a little rude, don't you? I think it's rude. That's rather rude. Um, They really are. They really are. And she's like, "Meow." Like she screams, and I'm like, "Girl, I am busy. I was trying to get an extra 30 minutes, okay? Come on now. Why are you doing this to me?" And then, of course, after that, she settles down. She's sitting on the chair right now. She's quiet. She's like, I'm so proud of myself. The human's annoyed. The human's awake. And I'm like, you, I'm going to give you a bath. That's what I'm gonna do. But then that's probably like torturous to me. So yeah. Page of Cups. Well, hello, Mona. Welcome. Cups associated with the water element. And with water, there's so much to water. There's our relationships, there our heart space, our feelings, our emotions, and all of the wonderful things, sometimes overwhelming. And so we think about, oh, this page is bringing like all of these emotional tools to wherever it needs to go. And they're a little silly. They're a little silly. Look at this page. They're talking to a fish. But if you could talk to a fish, you probably would. So, whatever. The page can talk to a fish, or they think they can. And I always associate like the page, the body language here and the way they're like just really having this full-on conversation with this fish. That's like the psychic nature of cups, right? Like having this conversation with something that other people perceive to be like silly, or other people to perceive like they can't do it, or they think they can't do it, and so it's like, eh, yeah. Pages are cups. The cup suit, there's a psychic layer to that. And so let me just like get back on track, y'all. The page of cups, represented by the element of water, stands as a youthful messenger of love, creativity, and emotional beginnings. This card beckons us to listen to our inner voice and embrace the vulnerability of new emotional experiences. And that's another thing I think are very fascinating about pages that I've found, is the willingness, at least upright mostly, the willingness to be vulnerable in their element. So like with the cups, it's like, I am willing to be vulnerable in my emotional capacity, right? I understand for growth, and to better suit myself, and to better um you know uh anyone can talk to fish. The fish is probably bored though. Yeah. The fish looks extremely air-like. Like they're very intellectual. And they're like really giving this full-on dissertation to the page here. The page is like, I need to know how to do my job. And the fish is like, let me tell you, friend. Let me tell you. That's what I think, anyways. But pages allow us to be vulnerable. They allow us, because we're new, and we're picking up, and we're absorbing, and we're learning to explore things, and we want to be better, right? We want to build ourselves up, and we recognize, and I feel like this is extremely important for us to be mindful of, is we recognize in order for us to build ourselves up, we do at times have to put ourselves in silly situations. We have to put ourselves in vulnerable spaces, because with vulnerability, right? And the allowing of ourselves to be vulnerable in our emotions, in our relationships, and in our spirit, right? It produces a lot of growth. And so we build ourselves up that way. And that's kind of one of the things I really appreciate about the pages, is the willingness and the ability to be vulnerable, and not have all of that sort of extra layers of stress around what it means to do that. So it's kind of like, because again, they're new, right? So in a page, it's like, oh, they haven't yet experienced the fear of vulnerability. Does that make sense? And so they're like, okay, yeah, I'll be vulnerable about this. Let's be open. Let's communicate. So they haven't had that educated like life experience yet to get in their way. And that's a good thing. It can be a good thing. It can be a challenging thing, but it can also be it's a very amazing thing to be able to do. Um, and so if we explore more about the water element, we understand it as this life-giving force that connects deeply with our emotions and subconscious. It reflects the qualities of adaptability and depth, teaching us the importance of emotional flow in our personal growth and intuitive practices. And I like that about water. I like that about today. Um, Sorry. Ooh, that was my coffee cup. Oh my god. I don't know if you heard the ding, but it dinged. Something hit it. So I do like the water element here. I like the newness, the freshness, the excitement, and it's inspiring us today to be more aware of our intuition. Like, how do I feel? How do I feel? What do I feel? And how can I explore how I feel about something? And it might feel silly, right? It might feel silly, and that's okay. It should. Have fun with it. Explore your emotions. Explore, what you're processing today through an emotional or spiritual lens, and allow yourself to just be silly with it. Um, and so this card does, the Page of Cups does encourage emotional renewal, and the awakening of psychic abilities. It's a call to embrace our inner child, exploring the world with curiosity and an open heart, and to express our creativity and emotions freely. So, what do you make of that? What does that say to you? I do find that with the page, it is this fun. It is kind of like allow for your allow for that inner child to be celebrated. Um, Today we ask ourselves, how can we allow our inner child to be taken care of and nurtured? Like, what does our inner child need today? How can we have fun, still take care of our responsibilities for sure, but like, how can we have fun? What can we do to maybe play like a psychic game, like a guessing game, and try to use our psychic or intuitive capabilities to guess what's the color on something, or I don't know, the number of something, whatever. Like, put it out there. There are many books and resources that you can tap into to play and practice with your psychic skills, and so do that. But I do find that the Page of Cups is reminding us that life is life is life, right? So we have the ebb and flow of life. We have excuse me, I'm so sorry. We have the challenge, the friction, the harsh, like, scary waters, but we also have the very, like, serene and calm waters to explore. And pages are like, you know what, this is about like moving with the current that we're in. And so whatever current that we are in right now in our life, the Page of Cups is like, look, we're gonna have to make the most of this. We're learning how to navigate. Like, if we're going through something intense, we're learning how to navigate these intense waters. We're learning how to take something serious and allow ourselves to process it, allow ourselves to kind of find the silliness in it. And that is kind of a coping mechanism, but I think that it's important for us to also learn to utilize, where sometimes when things are really, really rough or intense or scary, we need that inner child, or that silliness, or that creativity, that emotional vulnerability to come through, so we can disperse or disrupt, like, the harshness of life at times. And so I think the Page of Cups reminds us not to take ourselves so seriously, right? It reminds us not to take things so seriously. Sure, we can honor serious, we can honor the things that are important, but just because they are important and serious does not mean that we have to, like, get so caught up in the intensity of it where we lose ourselves. Am I making sense? Um, And so, yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts on pages and the water element? What does water represent to you? But it is saying, look, right now would be a really good time to develop either your psychic skills or your intuition. But, like, try to get in touch with your feelings, get in touch with how you explore through feeling, right? Through emotion, connecting with relationships, showing up, being present, having fun from an emotional space, allowing for good, like, focus on emotions that feel good. We don't negate any of the emotions that don't feel good. we just recognize we can hold space for all, and that right now it's about the emotions of the inner child, about expressing that, exploring that, and allowing that to surface so we can have fun, so we can process some of the heavier stuff, and so we can realize, like, it's not the end of the world. We will still be moving forward, and so we're going to get through this. We will flow through this. We got this boat, and we're going to flow through these waters, and yeah, we're good. Well, hello, good morning, cats. So that's what's popping up for the Page of Cups. If you have any last minute thoughts, questions, or concerns, feel free to share. Feel free to express. But I feel like that's enough for the Page of Cups today. I hope that you can take something from this and utilize it. But have fun. Definitely focus on feeling, focus on your emotion, focus on relationships today, building relationships or connecting relationships, bringing the tools to explore those relationships in maybe a creative space, a fun space. This can also be about reminding you that a healthy praxis, a daily praxis, is important. So maybe daily prayer, daily meditation, whatever it is you do, that's something to bring back again. Connecting with spirit, connecting with divinity, connecting with yourself and your inner child, and exploring that, doing something fun, and silly, right? So yeah, thank you so much. I do appreciate y'all. And if you enjoy this, definitely check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/House of Blackthorn. If you don't want to or you can't subscribe as a paid tier, don't worry about that. Subscribe as a free member, and you'll be able to get these videos like when I post them. You'll be able to get notifications of that and everything else that I post publicly or for free. As well. I have a lot of content there for you to enjoy. So check it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all, and I will talk to you most likely tomorrow. Okay, bye.